So the first attack that we're going to look at here is setting up a back take, okay? So I'm going to be here, keeping this bicep away from me. I'm looking at keeping this position nice and open. I can do this with, I can do this from an underhook or an overhook. We'll look at both. Nora was asking, you know, I get here, what's to keep the top person from starting to swim, start to pummel through and get their own underhook, okay? And the answer is not a whole lot, okay? But you got to, this gives me an opening to take her back. So what I'm going to do is I'm here, boom, I get my hip pinch in, I keep this arm kind of controlled, keep it kind of pulled towards me. As soon as I feel her arm start to swivel, my backhand here is going to come underneath, get this tricep, pull, start going to the back. So I'm here, she starts to try to pummel, catch it, pull out, start taking the back. You can come all the way up here, lock your seatbelt in nice and tight. It's the same thing from the overhook. If I'm here, and Nora starts trying to limp arm out, I can just catch this, start going up. It's a very simple attack. The arm drag is very, it's not a whole lot to an arm drag. There's not a whole lot of motion, but if you catch an arm drag in any position, it opens up a ton of stuff. Now the other cool thing about threatening an arm drag is the students who threaten an arm drag, they go, whoa, but he almost had my back there. And that kind of makes them a lot more hesitant. So as soon as you start threatening this arm a little bit, it gets your opponent backpedaling, which basically gives you a lot more space to start working your other stuff. So like I said, if I have this overhook and I'm starting to make space, you start trying to limp arm out, I just fish in, catch the tricep, pull, start coming up and taking the back here. Or if I have the underhook, you start trying to pummel, just catch, come out. Okay? Really simple maneuver. You just get the tricep, just pulling it. Now the detail here, the finesse on this arm drag, is it's more about moving yourself than moving your partner, moving your opponent. So if your opponent's much bigger than you, it can be very difficult if they start doing this arm drag to kind of just, you can kind of wrench it like you're moving a lawnmower, like you're kind of starting a lawnmower. It's more about, I get that tricep, I keep it in one place, and I kind of move myself around it. See how I'm getting my chest behind her arm, I get my chest right against her shoulder, and right against her tricep here to keep this arm from killing, keep this arm in front of me. So I want to keep it from swimming back, kind of pulling back through. I don't want her to swim back through here. So as soon as I get that drag, close that space off, keep it nice and tight. So whatever drag I'm doing, move my body, get my body around it, kind of turn it back into it right away. Okay, so let's just mess with that in both the underhook and the overhook variation. You used to fish for that arm and pull it through right off the bat. Okay? The triangle's there. The triangle's floating around there somewhere. It might be kind of a long way around to get to it, but it's an option. So we're going to tap our position. Again, whether I have the underhook or the overhook, the key here when I have the overhook, if you guys are attacking with an overhook position, is you gotta treat it like a whizzer. So remember when Paul was here for the whizzer, if you missed it, don't worry about it, it's fine. I'll get him to come back. You gotta keep shoulder pressure down. As soon as my chest starts going back when I have an overhook, that's when Nora flattens me out and her underhook becomes a big advantage. So if you have an overhook, you gotta turn your chest into it. You gotta keep a lot of pressure on her shoulder with your arm here. So if you're playing this overhook position, this triangle is also there. It's also there if you have the underhook. Okay, so it doesn't matter. As long as you're on your side and staying on your side is where it's going to be the best advantage. Now, if you have the choice, I say go underhook, because the underhook is going to give you your best positional control. It's a lot harder for her to flatten her. It's a lot harder for her to flatten me out and have the underhook and keep her away, keep space here. But the overhook's fine too. If you're able to stay on your side and keep on your side the whole time to keep that whizzer pressure down. So we're always talking about controlling this bicep and half guard. Because one of the big things that Nora's trying to do here is she's trying to cross-face me, use that to flatten me out. Use that shoulder pressure. Yeah, that's a pretty bummer. Next week we're going to talk about strategies for getting out of a position where you're getting flattened. But for now we're working on your attacks, kind of your foundational basics here. So I got this bicep, I'm keeping it away from my face all the time. So here I'm making a lot of space. Boom, I escape my hips like we were doing with our hip pinch before. And I can slide down to this wrist and control it. And I pull this bottom leg through. Okay, so now there's a couple different things you can do in this position. You can do kind of a jump rope triangle, where I'm just going to come here, pull this foot through, pop my legs up, catch this triangle here. Or you can do our push pin triangle, where I'm here, and maybe I'm just, my legs aren't long enough, or maybe they're too long and I can't get them through, or she's just not giving me enough space. I end up pulling through to here, end up with this arm wrapped around my leg. So from here, I'm just gonna keep this leg, keep this arm pushed into my thigh here, pinning this wrist down, and I'm flaring my leg out, with a lot of pressure on her arm, and her kind of hug my leg back. I'm also keeping a little bit of control on this tricep here, keeping this locked down. So once I get her hugging my leg back, I'm going to kick my leg through as I'm pushing this hand in here, up in this triangle. Start locking that up. So that you got your jump rope and your push pull. So one more time. I do the under rope too. I make space, controlling this wrist. Boom. Keep that space going. Just come all the way up underneath over it. Elevate my hips. Catch my triangle. Lock my triangle. Or I hit the push pin. Push pin comes up a lot when you're kind of fishing back into guard. So I bring this through here. End up in this position with this arm locked out. Let's keep pressure on it. Flare my knee out. So I get her to kind of push back. As soon as you push back, I'm just kind of just jamming this wrist towards your stomach. So I just go up, over, catch. Hit my triangle again. Okay? Pretty simple, straightforward stuff, but you guys got to get the reps in because you're threatening it. Again, threatening it's huge. Whether you hit it or not, pretending like you're going to, you really get your opponent messed up in the head. Right? Position, I'm keeping a lot of space here. I'm stretching Nora out and I'm keeping her arm out of the game. Okay? But in this, for whatever reason, I'm not feeling like it's a good idea to go to a triangle. Maybe she's just kind of keeping a little more weight on my foot. She's kind of sitting a little back. I just can't get that foot out to attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this hand here and push her head away from me. Okay, I'm keeping this arm controlled here, this overhook. I'm bringing this leg up. So I'm coming from locking the hip to come up over the shoulder here. So now in this position, I'm going to bring this foot around and in front of her face. So I'm going to go here, pull it in front. So I can kind of wrap my own leg if I need to, pull this in front of her face. Yeah, like I said, it's a little fancy move, but I believe in you guys. So now the key to this thing here, so this is an omoplata position. Right? I'm sorry if my feet smell more. It's an omoplata position, but I can't go straight omoplata because my leg's still stuck. I can't pull it out. And if Nora and a lot of grapplers, they're going to keep that leg between their legs because they know, oh, you can't get through omoplata, so that's leg. So we're going to do the carny. It's where the carny comes in. So the first thing to remember with the carny, though, is with my bottom leg, I stretch it and I dig my toes into the mat here. So I'm going, boom, keeping that foot hooked. I got to keep this ankle hooked because if Nora tries to roll forward, I got to keep that leg down. Okay, if I don't, she's going to roll forward out of this. Okay, good, yeah. She unwinds and she turns towards me and she starts passing my guard. Yeah, that's bad news. I don't want that to happen. I never want to lose tomorrow. I never want to lose anyway. Winning's the most important thing ever. So we're here, got the overhook, keep a lot of space, all right? So from here, I'm going to just push her head away. Okay, keep this distance, but keep this overhook too. I don't want her limp arm out. Bring this knee up. I start pinching into her shoulder. Pull my arm out, start wrapping around my leg, start grabbing her shoulder, pull this foot towards me, okay? So I'm going, so I got her shoulder here, keep everything locked up. I go underneath my ankle, and I go over top. How do I do it? I go over top, yeah. Let's just go over top. It's been a long time since I taught this technique. Pull it towards me, just get underneath the face. Bottom leg, stretch it through, get the toes gripping into the mat, and just dig in. So here, now she can't roll. Once you come here, both hands on her arm, we're going to push it towards my thigh. And very gently, we're just going to use both hands to kind of bend it like a femur. We're just going to tap. So when I say gently, I mean go slow. Because this is a very tricky position. I got a lot of torque on her shoulder. If I just go, like I'm starting to machine at Willy Wonka factory or something, it's just going to rip her shoulder out. Okay? So here, space. Control her head, knee up. Wrap my other leg, grab her shoulder, bring this in front, toes through, both hands, push it towards my hip, yeah, and very gently pull forward. Okay? That's your carny. Try it. Have fun, guys. Jiu-jitsu's fun.